Okay, here we are back to part two of academic advising and the real nitty-gritties about the program and how to get you to graduate. So right now we're walking through your plan of study here, and we're looking at the requirements for graduation. We talked about religious studies elective, and we talked about the humanities 300 and 400 elective. Again, if you want to know the rationale behind all of this, go to page 39 of the college catalog. And you can see here, this is what we're trying to fulfill. The 9 credit hours of religious studies, the social sciences. You need at least 6 credit hours of social sciences. That can be a soc or a psych, but one of them has to be cultural diversity. So in this case, some of you may have a bunch of psych and a bunch of soc, but if you don't have cultural diversity, we got to make sure that you take that. So some of you may see social science elective Soc 211 in here for you, like in the summer of 2013. Again, you can take it anytime you want. Maybe you see it you want to get it done in the summer of 2012. That's perfectly fine. You can do that. Again, just be careful about not overloading yourself. The courses that you can't switch around are the RAD, or your program courses, or the HCA. Those are considered your program courses as well. Those are kind of locked in. So you have to take these in sequence. If for some reason you do want to drop down to a part-time status, we can look at a sequence that makes the most sense, where you will try to limit the downtime. So let's say, for example, since some of these courses are only offered once a year, and you've got all your courses done but one, and you got to wait 2 semesters before you graduate, with a little planning, maybe we can reduce that downtime. So be careful about that. So again, I think that pretty much covers. We've talked about the religious studies elective and requirement, the social sciences, which will be 6 credit hours. Most of you have met that. The cultural diversity may be the only thing that might be something that you would need. Almost all of you, you've all met communications. Some of you may need a math course, which we'll have to get a college level math course for you at some point before you graduate. Natural sciences, all of you have met that because all of you have had A&P 1 and 2, or a ton of natural sciences for your associate's degrees. So it pretty much covers the courses that you have to take that make you a well-rounded student that aren't really kind of related to medical imaging. So and how to take those courses. Again, if you have any questions as you go along, please feel free to contact me. And every semester before you register, contact me as well, making sure that you're taking the correct courses. Or feel free to contact me after a while. Many of you will know exactly what you need, and we may not need to talk about that. But again, I don't want you ever to feel like you don't know what to do or what to take. Now, for some of you, you may have chosen the part-time plan of study. And that one, we're going to really have to work closely together every semester in this case. At a minimum, you would need to take the courses that are outlined here. The reasons for that are if you don't take these courses, it can set you back overall for graduation pretty far. So at a minimum, you'd have to take the one course every 8 weeks. And that's when we typically look at a part-time schedule. We do look at just one course every 8 weeks. Again, I know that for some of you through the program, it's undoubtedly going to happen to someone that something's going to happen. Whether it's a baby or a marriage or a new job or losing a job, where we'll need to work together to change things up, maybe take a semester off. These things are possible. So I don't want you to think that, it's not something that we can't work with. And as I said before, this is going to be a marathon. For some of you, it's a sprint. Some of you are very motivated to get this done quickly. But I know for a majority of adult learners who have other things going on in their lives, this is going to be kind of a marathon process, and we hope to get you done in 5 semesters. So that's our goal. But review these sheets and your plans of study, and kind of read the fine print. It's on there for a reason. It kind of spells out some of the things that we've just talked about. I'm going to go back to the college catalog and touch on a couple of points in there. Again, page 39, and that'll contain your the bachelor degree requirements. I'm also going to show you some important dates That's another reason that this is nice to have on hand. And we'll talk a little bit about course registration and how that works. So for example, on page 11 of the college catalog, it shows kind of all of the important dates that you would need to know. Like for spring of 2012, the first 8 weeks. Let's say for some reason you needed to drop a course. Well, you want to make sure that you either drop or add that course by the, let's see, it says here by the 16th. So you'd want to do that. If you do it after that, you're not going to get a refund. So be very aware of these dates, and it's all outlined in the college catalog. The other thing I want to make you aware of, and I'm just hitting some of the high points here. There's a lot of stuff in here as far as policies of the college. But let's move down to the program. All the college offers are in here. So this is another resource for program information for you. So starting on page 131 is the Bachelor of Science in Medical Imaging program. It's going to talk about the admission requirements, which you've met. And we're going to go through there. Oops, we skipped ahead to nursing here. Sorry about that. While my computer catches up, let me just, when we talk about admission requirements, I'm going to talk about also something that was in the handbook, which is kind of an ongoing admissions requirement, and that is that you are registered techs. If for some reason you lose your registered status, you have to inform. Please let us know if there's something happens where you do lose that and you're no longer a registered tech, which I don't think is going to happen because you want to lose that. And let's see here. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, my computer's trying to crunch way too much video and applications all at the same time. So, but in there, it'll highlight all of the, again, the admission requirements, our mission statement, which we went over, to support advancement of an academic progression by providing a balanced plan of study. And we talked about what that means in a flexible, responsive, and engaging learning environment, and the program goals. Kind of what we hope to do and will provide you with, and then how we will prove that you achieve these goals with the learning outcomes in here. And we do measure that through tests that you take and projects that you do. We're constantly doing a programmatic evaluation of how you're doing and how effective we are in meeting those goals, and if necessary, making changes to make sure that you meet the contract that we've established that we're going to teach you. In here in the catalog as well, you'll see a plan of study. Now this plan of study is a little bit different than yours. It depends on the start of your semesters, whether you're starting in spring or fall, but the courses are all the same. It's kind of jumbled around a little bit in order. Let's talk briefly a little bit about registration and registering for courses. All of you have successfully navigated Empower, which is how you register for your courses, which is great. You got that. Every semester, you'll need to register for your courses. Again, going back to your plan of study, you'll have your plan of study in hand. You'll know what you want to take. The college does, publishes all of the courses that are going to be out for, let's say, our next semester. So let's say our next semester starting summer, you'll receive an email letting you know when those when the courses are viewable as far as those published courses. At that point, you can kind of make your plan on what you want to take for that given semester. You'll see that it's potentially to be offered. You'll know what courses that you want. You'll kind of circle them on a sheet, or you'll write them down. And then you'll wait for another email. And that email will tell you when your window is open for you to register for your courses. So here at Mercy College, depending on how many credit hours that you have earned in total, you have various windows that will open up to you for the registration of courses. I highly recommend that when your window opens is that you schedule right away. especially those courses that are general education courses, such as the religion requirements, the sociology requirements, the humanities. A lot of people are trying to get those, so it's always a good idea the day that your window opens, go in and register for those courses. I even encourage people, bring your laptop with you to work. Your window opens at 8 a.m., which they typically do. Try to get some time away to sign on to grab those sought after courses. Now, all of your RAD, your RAD, your HCA, and your BUS courses will be reserved for you. But the other ones will not be in some cases. This summer, we do have an ART 300 reserved for you if you do need that upper levels humanities requirement. And also with the Soc 211, we do have that reserved, but some of them may not be. So just keep that in mind as you register for courses. Do check your college email frequently, because that is how the college and how I will primarily communicate these important dates to you. But usually, as long as you stay aware of the dates and register, there might be a little bit of movement as far as what you'll have to do with a course, maybe shifting it to a different semester. But in general, it's not an issue. And then lastly, just to kind of conclude this video, just to talk again about the whole academic advising and the services that are available to you. Again, I never want you to feel like you're out there by yourself, and not being able to figure out what courses to take. Please feel free to contact me every semester if you wish. I mean, I'd actually encourage you to contact me every semester just to go over the courses that you want to take. Just make sure that you're on the right path, that we're taking everything in the correct sequence in order for you to graduate as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So with that pretty much that will conclude our second video on academic advising. That will conclude all the videos for Module 1. This will be actually the last video for this course. You will be moving on to the second module, which is already open to you. And as I talked about before, that's the module where assignments are actually due. This 4 basic assignments shouldn't take you very long at all to do. We just want to make sure everybody can handle the basics of the online, the D2L environment. And after that, you can be done. Most of you will probably be done by the 31st. You could probably knock it out in a few hours, if it even takes you that long, so you can have New Year's Eve night free. But again, you can finish this course anywhere up to January 8th, but just make sure that all your assignments are in the Dropbox or in the required posted areas by January 8th. And if you do have any additional issues with any technical stuff, please let me know. If I don't know the answers, I can usually point you in the right direction or get the answer solved for you. So again, thank you, and again, welcome everybody to the program, and I will be seeing you in your first official class in the program, or your first official 3 credit hour course in the program, which will be sectional anatomy, and that'll be starting on January 9th. So see you then.